Welcome to Seeing Scarlet. It's Shelby here with Tyler. We're doing another late night live because, y'all, tonight, when you're watching this, at some point tonight, we are playing for a national championship because the Women's College World Series Champ Series is now tied at 1-1. Texas took game one. We bounced back tonight and took game two. And Tyler, we've kind of controlled both games, in my opinion. I think Texas has led for like half an inning over the course of two games, but that was a heck of a half of an inning, and they got it done. So we'll talk a little bit about game one, game two. This is going to be a briefer episode than normal because, listen, the game's tonight. We just wanted to talk with you guys about what's going on, get you hyped for the game, answer a few questions that came in, and get it going. But Tyler, can you believe it? You're in Oklahoma City now. We're both here. You got to go to the game, the atmosphere, the vibes. We're playing, like, we could hoist the trophy tonight, Tyler. It's possible. Like, it's like not just like a dream. Like it's right in front of us.
It's it's just shocking, right? Like you just think of I don't know, you just think of like this happening, like your whole entire life, and you're like, all right, like when are we gonna win a national title? When am I gonna see win one in my lifetime with the sport with the ball? Obviously, no diss to track. Um, and it's finally happening. And I'm glad we took it to game three. I'm glad we responded back after game one's loss. And yeah, we're just going after it. But the atmosphere has been everything I could have dreamed of going to Oklahoma City for the first time. Everyone was like, oh, well, if OU's not in it anymore, then it's just going to be like nobody's going to be there. It's going to be so lame. No, Texas fans and Tech fans have all shown out in large numbers, and that place has been a party every single night. I can't think of one single game that I've been to out of the two where it was like vibes were down. We had a rain delay today and the thing was still almost sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just insane. So it's just so cool to finally see it come down. I mean, this is what you dream of, right? Winner takes all. You now have to put everything out on the line. There's no, oh, we have another game. Oh, we can make a mistake here because it'll be fine. No, it has to be perfect. You have to play to the best of your abilities and you have to put 100% out there. And that's what it's come to. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm pumped. And game one actually broke a record for the most viewers ever on an ESPN platform. I think it was about 2.1 million. Again, that's really good for the game. This is not a shot at Oklahoma. It's just really good for the game to be like, hey, Oklahoma's not in this. Still, it just broke a record for the most watched game one ever. And they're still packing the house. Like, I don't know if it's a sellout, but if it's not a sellout, there's barely any seats in there. So yeah, it's been a great atmosphere. If you've never been to the College World Series, the Women's College World Series, put it on your bucket list, especially as a Texas Tech fan. Hopefully they'll be there back again next year, right? But right now, hey, if you can get in your car and drive to Oklahoma City, do that tomorrow morning, today, whenever you're watching this, and get here. But I would also like to add on that if you are from Lubbock, I know y'all had some really bad storms, a lot of damage. Hopefully, no injuries or anything. I haven't been able to check in on it too much, but I had some friends and people messaging me throughout the game, and Glasgow made sure to speak about it in the post-game press conference as well. I know there's some scary storms back in Lubbock, so prayers, thoughts with you guys. Hopefully, everyone is safe as you can be, and any damage can be fixed and all that. So that was tough going on back home. I know a lot of people couldn't even watch. So maybe this is the first thing. Maybe this is the first time you're getting to watch it. Maybe this is the highlights that we show about the game tonight are the first time you get to watch it. So appreciate you watching as always. And let's get into it, Tyler. Briefly, game one, we lost it. We controlled it. We had our chances. We had a lead late, and then just some weird stuff happens. A lot of what ifs in that game. I wrote an article on it on Red Raider Sports. And there's just like
Oh
a lot
boy.
of moments in that game that stuck out to me after, like, what if Lauren gets to hit in the first inning because she's arguably our best hitter, at least consistent hitter, and kind of her bat got taken out of her hands, which seemed good at the time, but it loads the bases. She doesn't get the hit. You're on to a double play. You don't score that inning. Can we catch some of these balls that were close? Could we have? I don't know. What if we just pitched to Reese Atwood instead of trying to intentionally walk her? What if our fielders were just ready to field it when we did intentionally walk her and she swung it anyway? There's just a lot of what ifs in that game. And I'm just happy that the season didn't end that way. And this team said, no, we're not going to allow there to be question marks about our season. And now moving forward, there won't be, because now they just get to go out there tonight and say, best team wins tonight. What has happened before this, it doesn't matter anymore. It's about who the best team that's out there wins it tonight. So I'm proud of them for 7-0. I'm not surprised. I really thought they were going to win this game too, because we've seen that all year. You know, there's a lot of new fans for this team, and I love that. But this team has fought back all year, and we've seen it in different ways. So, yeah, just really kind of overall proud of them. Nyjah took it on the chin in that game one in the press conference. She's a special human and a special leader, and she it was not on her, all on her, right? But she has the ball in her hands every quote unquote play every time, right? And she felt like she said, "This loss is on me. I apologize to my team," and she was ready to go. And she certainly did that tonight in game two. So that's kind of my quick and dirty thoughts on it. I don't really want to spend too much time on it because we're getting ready for a game tonight, and that game is so far. You can go read the recaps and all that. That was 2 days ago. But if you have any thoughts on game one, go for it, and then we can get into this game too.
Yeah, I definitely think obviously we controlled game one. I think that we could have easily had been celebrating this past night, but obviously that didn't happen and we had to respond. And I think in a lot of ways, obviously I was very frustrated after it was done, having to walk out next to all the UT fans and just hearing like a bunch of just scowling remarks and everything. It's really tough, right, when you're in a rivalry like that. But I knew that this team could do it. Like I tweeted, this team has won their next 2 games after losing by a score of 1-2. So that's just that. That's just the math right there. But yeah, definitely. After Glasgow talked about it in the press conference today, I definitely see where he's like, we learn a lot more from losses, and for that to be the first loss. And we really now can try to figure out, how do we hit off of these Texas pitchers, especially Kavan, who we'll be seeing tomorrow? How are we going to get better at positioning for fielding? And I thought that improved a lot better today. And I think it just also goes to, you just got to trust that you have the best pitcher in the entire country. And that things are going to be executed, things are going to be done right, and that you just kind of have to leave it. You're just going to have to leave it all out there. What you've been preparing for all season is why you're here, right? You've worked so hard to get there, and that's kind of what I took away from game one. Is just we worked so hard up to that point. Yes, it didn't end the way we wanted to, but it was a good learning lesson, and now we are ready to come back with vengeance against these Longhorns.
Absolutely, we are. So I agree. We get into game two, and let's just show the highlights first, and then we'll talk about it. That way we'll just get you set up for tonight. Let me move this over here. So these are the highlights for the game. Obviously, you know this by now. We ended up winning it. Good game overall. Again, I thought we controlled it throughout.
In her career, and chance
this is a really big moment in the game. In the first inning, Vic threw out a runner there. Glasgow talks about that in the post game, and he thought that was the key to the game. And I did too. One, it needed to happen. Who knows what happens if they get on? And two, it was easy money, and Vic got to show off her arm, and maybe that helps her settle in at the plate, is what I said at the time. And sure enough, later in the game, she comes through in a big moment by getting on base and scoring. So it's just good to see Vic and do what she does, because everyone talks a lot about how many pitches Nyjah has thrown, and that's true. But Vic has caught every single one of those pitches, every single one. It's not an easy job, and to still be able to do what she does, that was a huge moment in the game.
For another, and this time Valdez gets her for a breakthrough win for the program.
Nyjah robbed of a gold glove. How many times do I have to say it?
Here's Victoria Hunter, the DP.
That's like the third time she's made that exact play. Again, if you're new here, that literally she's done that 3 times this year, if not more.
Literally, yep.
Ground ball to Tony, flips for
What's that, Tony?
I mean, great from Tony, but that turn from Lex was like, she just makes winning plays all the time.
To end the inning. 90s. And a swing and a miss there. Strikeout for Nyjah Kennedy. And
oh, so nice. So nice to see Reese Atwood sit down. Yep, you sit down. You pissed me off.
Another swing and miss.
I mean, she always has had it working. Again, she fits a lot for us.
It's time to make.
She was. And they said bobble on the broadcast, but I could see it too where I was.
The play.
Bobble got exchanged.
And the threat.
Like freak out and just gunned it over.
Stranded for the Horns. It's in the World Series field, coming late in games. Leanne Good. And on the road.
Elder, let's go. Glasgow talked about last night. Again, I haven't watched the broadcast over, and he wasn't saying she could have. He said she maybe could have gone and gotten that ball last night. I'll have to watch the film. I don't know if she could have, but she, I think, took that to heart. I'm sure, I doubt she watched the press conference, but I'm sure that was something they talked about in the huddles. She was going after everything tonight, Tyler. I'm talking, she ran to the freaking wall on every foul ball. She ran into the wall on one foul ball that just ran over, went right over the thing, and she ran smack into the wall, like ready there to catch it. And then she caught another one later. She dove for that one. She almost makes a diving catch, which won't be in the highlights, in the top of the seventh, that would have cut down all the drama. It was in her glove. I have a picture of it. It's like inside of her glove, and then when her gloves hits the ground, it flips out. Like, it was, I mean, Demi Elder was on her damn thing out there in left field, and we're going to need that tonight in this game too. We need everybody to be going after balls that way, because we saw it in game one. You let one person on, you never know what happens. Just don't let them on base. You know what I mean? Go all out.
Yeah.
You got Maya Davis backing you up back there.
And the game goes the other way.
Up by
Kennedy
Up by
gets the strikeout, 2 down, back to the top.
Oh, it's madness.
Go ahead run at first base here for the Red Raiders, and that's drilled.
Maya Davis.
Gap in left center to the wall. Jennings will hold.
Who's gonna hit a homer in the championship?
You talk about breakout. She's been close a couple of times. Talk about breakout in a major way. You knew it was only a matter of time. You can't hold Maya Davis down. So good to see her going. They didn't show it, but Reagan Jennings was on base. She's the one that gets the third on this. Led off the inning with a pinch hit in this. Knew it was going to happen. Glasgow, someone asked Glasgow what his thought process was, and pinch hitting, clearly it was a national media person, because anyone that watches the team knows what the thought process was. Like, well, yeah, duh. Reagan Jennings is who you're going to pinch hit. And that's basically what Glasgow says. He's like, it's not really, coaches make good coaching decisions when you have good players put in the game. Reagan Jennings is an All-American pinch hitter. He went on to credit her with never complaining this year, even though she's leading us in batting average. She never complains about why she's not playing more. She's always just ready for her moment out there. So massive contributor, big-time hitter. Will not be shocked at all if she gets a big-time hit tonight. So shout out Reagan. She gets a third on this, but might have been on that
Davis
thing.
with the stand-up double puts 2 in scoring position.
What's the time? Okay, Alana. Have you ever seen a more hyped up hit by pitch? I got a picture of Mahomes right after that play. He looked like identical to Alon Johnson on that play, screaming from the box up top. He was very into the game. Patrick Mahomes, by the way. I don't know why I need to clarify that, but he was at this game.
With the pinch hitter, Reagan Jennings, who comes in to score.
Pressure bust pipes.
Golly.
Pressure bust pipes.
The crowd was so hyped.
Oh, sit down.
Again. Vic!
Valdez.
Watch this.
There we go, Vic.
Run it out, Vic. Run it out, Vic. Get out her way. She get out of her way.
Mitchell tried to toss.
I mean, that's just such a massive moment. Ends up being, she's going to come around and score, and that ends up being the winning run, right? At the time, it just felt like, that was a fun extra run, but we needed every single one.
Linda Muth. Fly ball out to Henry and charging in towards the plate, and the throw away.
Okay.
There we go.
Garcia slides in.
Always love to see what every sub that got in here did their job in this.
Davis.
Again. Pressure bust.
Runs through a stop sign. Throw to the plate is offline.
I don't want to ruin the fun. I don't know if she actually blew through a stop sign. She says that, Beth Moen says that on the broadcast, and the picture does look that way. But I also think he might have been telling the batter, Maya, to stop at second, and she had already been told to go. I don't know. You'd have to ask, because even in the press conference, someone asked, it was a great press conference moment. Shout out to Tack Kaplan from the Daily Torador. He's a student at Texas Tech, but he does a great job. And he asked a great question to Vic. He asked, why did you, or like, what were you thinking when you ran through the stop sign? I don't know if she did run through the stop sign, though, but she went with the question. So, and it produced a great answer. And she said, well, I had missed a sign at second, which I saw the play before. I don't know if they showed it on the broadcast, but there was a ball in the dirt, and she did not go to third. And Glasgow was not happy. He was jumping up and down. He was very into it. And he's like, you should be at third right now. We need you at third right now. She didn't get there. So she says in the press game, she's like, hey, I missed the sign. I'd already got in trouble a little bit. So when that ball was bobbled, I knew I had to go. I had to go, like I had to make up for it. So did he stop her or did he not? I don't know. They kind of just went along with it and played along with it in the press conference, it felt like. But maybe he was putting the stops on him. I don't know. It looks great. It sounds better if that's the case. And she just ran all the way home and scored. So that was a cool moment. And there's like 9 million great. The Big 12 conference put out a meme about it. Like they made a meme. And it was a lot of good memes that have been made from that picture. So Vic has become a little bit of a viral sensation for that. So shout out Vic Valdez.
And that's the winning run. So
yeah, it's a major moment. And then we cycle them out there. They got 2 runs. They got to 4-3. And then Nyjah, I think her speed was hovering around 70. Usually, sometimes she can get up to 74. But again, she's pitched a lot. She was around 70 most of this game. Those last 2 pitches of this game were 72 and 73. She was amped up and struck them out to end the game. And the celebration was hype as always.
Preserves the lead.
And it should be noted, we scored those 2 last rounds against Keegan Cavan, who came in late in this game, which was an interesting decision as late as they brought her in, but fair to him. And then I don't know if that carries over. She's an All-American. She can probably wipe her mind clean, and it won't whatever. But hopefully, it carries over for us that we hit her so well in that inning. That's what I'm
for sure.
Championship series and
Patrick Mahomes.
4-3.
Go. Like, he's not fake about this. You know, like, he's, Matthew McConaughey tweeted about their Texas softball team today. He hadn't tweeted about this team all year. Someone probably texted him and was like, hey, Patrick Mahomes making you look bad. Can you tweet about us and pretend like you care? He tweeted about him. Patrick Mahomes showed up.
Literally.
I looked up there a lot. And this guy is, like, a fan. He's, like, about to fall out the damn window at some points. Like, he's so stressed, up and down. He's living on and Brittany as well. Both of them were like into this game. Like they're not fake about their love for this school and how much they like it. So we have an interview with him here in a minute. Actually, let's just show that right now before we talk about the rest of the game, since I just talked about him. But he was interviewed by Holly Rowe during the game.
Holmes, you have done so much for this team, softball. What made you want to get invested and really start making them better?
Yeah, no, first off, I love Texas Tech and everything Texas Tech's about. And to have Nyjah here along with the other girls, it's been fun to watch. And so I've always loved softball and watching it. I'm happy it's going to be back in the Olympics and glad to have them here in Oklahoma City.
Okay, so you have a baseball background, and I always have a theory that your arm angles and your arm slots were from your baseball background. You know arm talent. What do you describe with Nyjah's arm talent?
It's special. I mean, the way she's able to control the softball and the way she's able to locate in the strike zone. I mean, it is special, and to be able to watch it firsthand all season long, you know why we're in the position that we're in. It starts off with her and her leadership.
All right. Speaking of leadership, I think.
Yeah, so it's always cool when he gets there and they get to interview him. They did a good job, but. We have a few more clips, and then we'll just kind of break down our final thoughts of this game and get into what's ahead. But let's see. We have the hero herself, the viral sensation herself, Vic Valdez, with Jen Becerra of D1 softball after the game right here. Great interview.
Softball fans, Jenna Becerra here with Victoria Valdez after a big-time win for Texas Tech over Texas to even out the Champ Series here at the Women's College World Series. You were, as you said, had to turn the burners on coming around third base to score that run. It seemed like so much adrenaline was going through you. Can you describe it to me?
Yeah, I had missed a sign at second base, which resulted in me not getting to third on a ball in the dirt. And so I knew I had to score no matter what, or he was going to chew me out after. And so, I think of like stepping on third base as a little boost to try and get to home. So I was like, just run.
Very relatable for current and former players, I will say. But also want to talk to you about the battery. You and Nyjah, I mean, you just helped her get her 34th win on the season. You threw a runner out today. Talk to me about the relationship between you two on and off the field.
It's real business-like on the field, and it's not a lot of words are spoken, but it's just the look in each other's eye that knows that we're ready for business.
And you came with Jerry Glasgow from Louisiana to come to Texas Tech. You said he might chew you out sometimes, you know how he is, but what made you want to say yes to making that move with him?
I trust him 100% with everything that he does, and I loved him as a coach at Louisiana, and I love him here now, and he's just a great person all around.
And last one for you, Patrick Mahomes was here. He was in the house for this one. What kind of confidence does that give you all, just knowing, hey, we got support all over the place?
It's amazing, and especially seeing him, a big name, coming to support women's softball. It's amazing for everyone.
It is amazing. It's pretty cool. Did you spot him while you were there? Did you look up there and see him from where?
Oh yeah, I was sending pictures to my mom who was like fangirling over the thing. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna be good luck." I'm like, "Okay, it will be." So I was
hope
like,
so.
kidding
Yeah,
them.
he better be there. He better be there tonight. Now he can't. I guess I shouldn't say that. He has work and things, but I hope he's still there tonight. Keep the vibes
I
going.
hope so too.
Yeah. A few more. Let's see here. We have. We talked about Reagan Jennings. Someone asked Jerry. Here's the quote of him talking about Reagan post game, who had the big hit to start off in the 5th inning to get the scoring going.
You know, coaches make good coaching decisions when they got great players, and I think you just gotta. We got, like I said, I'm pretty sure she's 10 for 20. She might be 10 for 19, or 11 for 20. The kid is amazing pinch hitter, absolutely amazing. So it's really not a hard call on my part. My wife could tell you to do that, and my mom could tell you to do that, you know. And but what is important is Reagan goes up there and delivers, and that was a huge moment. You know, that was a huge moment. And you know, Alana taking the hit by pitch, you know, that's not necessarily a big deal unless it's 0-0 in the 5th inning of the World Series with bases loaded. It's a big deal. So everything's magnified right now. And I just give all the credit to Reagan. There's wasn't very hard coaching. That was pretty easy coaching.
Jerry, he's always like that in press conferences. You gotta love it. Let's see. I think we have one more in here. The big question is Nyjah Kennedy gonna pitch tonight? I think we all expect to see her, but they asked her how she was feeling in the press conference. So this is what she said herself.
Tomorrow's the last game no matter what, so ready to leave it on the field.
Short and sweet, as Nyjah always is in press conferences. She's straight to the point, and you love that about her. I think we'll see her tonight, Tyler. Do you have any final thoughts on Game 2 before we get into just a brief what we think is going to happen tonight in this game?
Yeah, I definitely think that I loved what I saw from our offense tonight. I think they finally gave Nyjah enough run support, especially near the end of the game. And yes, even though some of those first hits that we were getting were not off of Kavan, I think it's still great to see us go through that many pitchers and still be able to respond. We left a lot of people on base still today, and that isn't even our max potential. And I fully expect tonight that we're just going to go full on ham. I mean, how I kind of look at it is A&M beat them 14-0, and we beat A&M, and we had opportunities today that we could have probably gone up 14-0. I mean, like we're right there. We are so close. I feel like both games we are just inches away, and just the progress we made from game 1, where after Maya and Haley, and I think Lauren, everyone went like 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and Glasgow was really not happy about that. And then today, like we just were like everyone in the lineup, the Texas fans just really couldn't get a break, because even our hitters that have kind of been struggling have now finally found their stride, and they're now getting to the plate, and they're now making moves. So I think I just really liked the adjustments that Coach Glasgow made, knowing that, yes, Nyjah is still out here. She's already over 200 pitches. She's working her ass off for this team and for the team to rally around her and support her and give her enough insurance and support. Because, yeah, that bottom of the 7th, or that top of the 7th inning got very, very, very scary for Comfort, and we cannot be doing that tomorrow. But it was at least enough that Vic Valdez running through. Yeah, as long as you win, it's fine. But Vic Valdez running through the sign or whatever, that ended up being the game-winning run, and that came up so clutch for us to have run number 4 in. And then also kind of like just the way that the game played out for that bottom part of the Texas lineup that kind of struggled. I was really content with that placement. Granted, they did make some plays near the end, but the last strikeout, I was kind of glad that it all kind of worked out in our favor. So definitely happy that we got this game 1, or we got game 2, because it just would kind of suck to kind of have the softball season just end on a 2-game sweep. We know that this team was capable of doing so much better than that, and I'm glad we're going into game 3.
Yeah, that couldn't be the end of their story. It was just like it couldn't be. It just like there's no
Right.
way
It
around
made no sense. Yeah.
like it just didn't make sense. Like they had to fight back. It's what they did. So yeah. Yeah, I think I messaged you earlier, I posted in different places. I was like, this game might come down to the bottom, which team gets more out of the bottom of their lineup, because it just felt like the people at the top were producing for both teams.
Yep.
And then they set the table, and then the people after that couldn't bring them in. And Texas Tech came through in the bottom of their lineup. Now it was pinch hitters. It was Reagan Jennings, pinch hit for someone down there, but it's still that section of the lineup. She started it off, and then Vic helped cause some havoc in that inning, gets on base, and then gets it over to the top of the lineup, and then the top of the lineup gets to come up there with people on base. That's why you need those kind of table setters down there to do their job. And then even Texas in that top of the seventh, it was the girl in the 9 hole that hit that blooper that Demi was so close to catching, as we said before. But she's the one that hit that blooper out there to get those 2 runs in to make it close. But credit to Nyjah. She's just she's great. She's great. Also credit to Bailey Lindemith. She made a tough play, especially in the situation, look easy on a ball to their leadoff hitter Mahoney. Is it Maloney? My brain. Maloney. Ashton Maloney, who had been great all night and seemed like she was seeing the ball really well and made great contact all game. Made great contact again in a big moment, but it went right to Bailey at third. She calmly fielded it, threw it over, and got a very fast runner out to get that second out. And that was a major moment, because then Nyjah just knew, hey, I can just go to work. It can be any kind of out. I don't have to worry about them getting a cheap sack fly hit or tie it up because there's 2 outs. I can just do my thing. So shout out Bailey Lindemith doing what she does at third. But yeah, overall, they went and got it done, Tyler. And that means tonight, if you're watching this after we release it tonight, well, it's already happened where you've been. But tonight, Texas Tech playing for a national championship. It's happening. Do you have any keys to this game, or how you think it needs to play out for Texas Tech to win, or what you think is going to happen because they're going to win? You kind of got into that before, but if you want to give another brief one, then I'll come up with something, and then we'll close it out and go get ready to celebrate a natty and do some confetti angels on the field tonight. It's tomorrow for us, but whenever you're watching.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely think that it's all I think the energy is flowing in our way, in our favor. I'm really feeling excited about this. I'm looking at it from a standpoint of, we know what this team's ceiling is, and we are so close to reaching that. And I think that we made a lot of progress in just this 3-game series. And definitely, like Nyjah said today, yes, she was absolutely dogging it out in game 2 and got us the win. And even she said herself, this was not her best game of softball. And yet she was still able to do what she did. And if we can get her, she's going to do all the recovery things, I just know, to get her to whatever 100% is going to be for game 3. And I just know that if we get Nyjah in, like, this is the game you win a championship mode. I mean, Texas, I just don't see how they respond to that, because she's going to be absolutely on fire. And then it goes with offense too. You need to carry that energy into this next game. Yeah, it's probably going to all be Kavan on that, but again, you were able to get those good hits off of her near the end of the game. I feel like that we're now starting to see her better. We've been working with her pitches better. I definitely think, by all means, everyone now in the lineup can be a threat. I feel like it's not as lopsided as it was in game 1, where it was like, we have to wait till the top of the lineup if we're going to try to get anything on. I think now all 3 of those batters are going to be able to do something. So I think just keeping up the energy, giving support for Nyjah, as gosh, she'll probably could get to 300, 350, 400 pitches, however much it's going to take tomorrow night. They're absolutely going to be dogging it out, and you just need to leave all that support, leave everything out on the field. I think that's just kind of been the thing. And then as far as defense goes, just be in the right place at the right time. Don't make silly mistakes. Don't try not to drop the ball. Dive for everything that you possibly can. Go after pop flies in infield, outfield, same thing. You're not going to get those opportunities back, right? So I just fully expect everybody to be on their A game. Like, this needs to be the best game of the entire season, pretty much. it's our shot at forever. So we're this
That's it
close.
right there.
Why not? Why do we not just win it right now? Right? Like we are this close. Just get it done now. Get Nyjah the championship. The entire team. Everybody's been working so hard for this. And yeah, let's just get after it. That's kind of my keys to the game. Just keep the energy high. I mean, we've kind of figured things out now. Let's just keep it on a roll.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to say something very similar is just keep doing what you're doing. I know
Yes.
they lost the first game, but again, they've really controlled, in my opinion, they've really controlled this series. We've had more base runners on. We've left more base runners on, yes, but that means we've been creating more opportunities than they have. Now they're hitting home runs and all these things. It's quick burst scoring that they've done, and ours creates chaos, and we do what we do. And someone asked me a question earlier. They didn't even ask a question. They said something like, "It's great that we've done this, but Texas is making so many mistakes. We can't expect them to keep making this many mistakes." And I said, "You haven't watched this team this year, clearly, and that's fine. You're new here, but this is what Texas Tech does. I get you watch this and you're like, wow, Texas has 7 errors in 2 games or something. It might be more than that. That seems like, oh, Texas is choking. No, Texas Tech does this to everybody. Their opponents this year have a 949 fielding percentage. That's terrible. That's not by accident. It's the speed that we have. That play that Vic scores on, if that's a slow runner that hits that to that first baseman, she's not freaking out trying to get to that ball. She's going to calmly go over there and get it, throw it over to the second baseman that's covering. But they know that it's Maya Davis, who's the fastest player in the country running, and she has to sprint over there, try to make a perfect play. And in the process, she bobbles it, boots it away from her, and then Vic can score all the way from second. Pressure bust pipes. Create chaos. Just keep being you and hope that is enough, right? More times than not this year, that's been enough to score enough runs. Just keep doing what we're doing. It may not be pretty. It may not be flashy. You may not always be hitting home runs or doing all of this. And people can say whatever they want to about your offense. But at the end of the day, you're scoring more runs than other teams more times than you have not, right? And that's all you need to do in this game is just score more runs. It can be ugly. It can be pretty. It can be chaotic. It's probably going to be chaotic if Texas Tech wins because that's where they live and they breathe and they live, and it's really fun as a fan to watch it. But that's who they are. So genuinely, I think they've controlled this series. Now Nyjah is going to go out and give us everything she has. I won't have anything to say about Nyjah Kennedy's performance in this game tonight, except for she's a dog, no matter which way it goes, because she's out there pitching on 3 days in a row, which she has done previously, Tyler. Someone asked me earlier if she's done this before. She's done it in this very stadium. People don't remember that, but she won the Big 12 championship at the tournament championship in this very stadium a few weeks ago in May, pitching 3 days in a row. Different circumstances, different. Yeah, just keep doing what they're doing, and I think that they can beat Texas. The best team's going to win this. We'll find out. But I have not seen an overmatched Texas Tech out there. I have not seen a Texas Tech that doesn't look like they belong. 2 very different styles of play, and that's fine. But we have the best pitcher in the country. We have a lot of really good players, a lot of good speed, and you've really controlled this series outside of one inning where things just got away from you. But play your style of softball, have a hell of a time doing it. You get to play every game this year. We said that a few days ago. They get to play every game of this college softball season. There's no more games after this, win or lose. It's over. So just go have a hell of a time and go win it. I mean, you can win a national championship. You're about to be legends. They're shot at forever, like Tyler said. That's what their motto's been all year. If you haven't heard that, that's what they said in the preseason. That's what they said in their preseason media availabilities. That's what their little preseason video that they put out was Nyjah Kennedy voiceover talking about that. And it's kind of crazy that they get to go do it tonight, Tyler. Texas Tech could win a natty tonight. We could be on that field. We're going to get Tyler down there and we're going to bust him down there somehow doing like confetti angels tonight. It's possible.
It's going to be fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just bring the energy tonight, Tech fans. If you're from the DFW area, make the 3-hour drive up. SeatGeek, they have all the tickets. StubHub does. I'm sure that the actual website has all of it. But I mean, just be there. Support this team. I mean, we're playing for a national title. As we've said, we haven't won a national title in a ball sport since 1993. So it's been a very, very long time. And after everything that this program has been through, the fact that 3 days a year from now, we were left with a lot of questions and uncertainty, and now we're playing for a national championship in less than a year. I mean, that is just some insanity. And then you just look at game one and the presser, and Nyjah is taking ownership over something that wasn't entirely her fault. And she's like, no, that one's on me. Just kept it short and sweet to the point. And she was like, yeah, that's on me. I apologize to my teammates. And then boom, came out in full force today, demon mode. And now, I mean, we haven't seen a Nyjah ever that's got to compete for the actual like national title game, and we're now finally going to see that. And I'm just really convincing myself that we're about to see some insanity from her, like just absolute dominance in that circle. So just be there, support this team, support the players, and let's bring a national championship home to Lubbock. 2025 Natty Champs.
I mean, it's so close. We can taste it. I saw someone say, "Hey, they were like, I'm counting it. We finally won a national championship game in the 2000s." I saw someone say that earlier. They're like, I know it's not the final one, but we won one game in the series because we've gotten there in different sports, whatever, in basketball and so on. Just haven't been able to win it, and we got one. We got one, and now we can go win the real thing. It doesn't feel too big. It doesn't feel too big for this team at all. Even like just being here, like sometimes I forget that we're playing for a national championship. You know, sometimes I've even like, oh right, playing for a national championship. But yeah, get there, get in the car, drive up there. If you're watching this morning, we're gonna post this pretty early in the morning. So if you happen to stumble upon this, you're like, wait, we're playing for a national title? Where you been? Under a rock? But you can grab tickets, drive up to Oklahoma City. It's a great atmosphere. I mean, Texas Tech fans are having a time. There's a free tailgate, John and Tracy Sellers that are putting on right across and only for Texas Tech fans. Went there today. Good time. You're going to enjoy it. So that's what we got for you guys. Next time you hear from us, we're going to be celebrating a national title. I'm just going to say it.
We will.
We're going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to do it. I'm going to be
Good
going
vibes
feral. So
Yeah.
good vibes only.
Good vibes only. Collecting all the confetti on the field tomorrow. I can't wait. All right, guys. Be there or watch on TV. Be safe. God bless everybody that was affected by the storms. If we can do anything to help, let us know. I don't know where that would be, but be safe down there, and we'll see the ones that make it to Oklahoma City. Come find us. All right. Wreck 'em.